Hey guys, it's your fitness babe Tyen and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what was probably my biggest insecurity growing up and also to answer a question that you guys constantly ask me about. So in last week's video of No Sweat on Clicknetwork, I talked about cheap versus expensive sports bras. If you haven't watched that video, go and watch that episode. I'm going to link it down below. In that video, I thought it was really important for me to address that I know what it's like to be on the flat-chested side and I also know what it's like to be on the chestier side. So I can kind of give like a little judicious comment on what to look out for when you're buying sports bras to support your bra size. When I talked about my boob job, I got so many questions in the comments, anonymous ones, and also through private DMs from so many girls asking me about where I got it done, what the cost was like, what my entire experience was like. I didn't respond to many of them, but I just want you to know that I'm not offended by all these questions because I think that there's just a lot of curiosity surrounding the topic of like plastic surgery and boob jobs. I never really made a video talking about my experience here on YouTube because I just always thought it was a very personal experience to me. But you know what, in retrospect, I do wish someone created a video just like this to answer all these questions that I had about plastic surgery. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my little boob job story time. But before I get into my little boob job story time, please remember to give my video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you always get notification every time I post a new video on my channel. Let's start from the very beginning of my breast. I'll stop now. I think the very first time I wanted to get a boob job was when I was 13 years old. Ever since I hit puberty, I was like, when is my boobs gonna come? I was always really skinny and pretty gauntly growing up. But my older sister just had like this developed C cup and she was only like, what, 14 years old. All my other friends were wearing, like the proper bras from La Senza. But I was still, all the way till I was like 15 or 16 years old, wearing bras from like Lonely Hearts, okay? I wasn't even an A cup, I was like, this was my boob and this was my nipple. I could literally like punch my breast and I wouldn't feel a thing. When I hit about 19 or 20 years old, I was really into fitness and I had lost a lot of body fat. I was really muscular, so I kind of built a chest, it was like a real, fibrous, developed chest. And I always say that if there was a squat for my breast, that I could just like squat and make it like big and full, I would totally do that. But that doesn't exist. Your boobs are essentially body fat, so it's, there's really like nothing I can do to get it big if I want to maintain the rest of my physique. I decided that I was going to get a boob job. I did a ton of research. I think it took like a whole year of research. So I looked into Thailand on docfinder.com and they're just so, there's so many like medical tours that you can go on. But I don't know, there's something about it that just didn't make me feel safe. I didn't want to just go in and then have the doctor go like, okay, what size you want, put it in. I wanted to have a bit more care and I knew that the recovery would take about a week or so I wanted to be somewhere that I could recover properly. In Singapore, I approached a bunch of clinics, but oh my god guys, it's so expensive. A good boob job in Singapore would cost you 10 to 15k. I had a friend who actually did her boob job in KL, in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I have a lot of family in Kuala Lumpur, so I actually emailed the doctor. She's been doing this for the past 20 years. Her name is Dr. Eileen, and I said like, I want to go down for a consultation. So 2 months prior to my surgery, this was in 2016, April 2016, doing that consultation, I just felt so safe. She totally knew the kind of look I want. I told her, if you can get me from a size A to a B, like if you just get me to a B, I will be like eternally grateful. So got a bunch of like photos at that time to show her, this is the kind of look that I want. I don't want to look too vulgar, but I still want to look like feminine. I want to look strong. I decided on 325cc from my left side and 300cc on my right side. The reason why I wanted to get them a different size is because my chest is quite asymmetrical. So she also said, this is something to take into consideration. And I got them silicone, smooth, and high profile. Something else to note is that there are also two different kinds of breast augmentation. So there is the over the muscle as well as under the muscle. The submuscular augmentation is what I personally opted for because she did advise that if you're someone who's really into fitness, then this is just a lot safer for you. It reduces the chances of it sagging as well. It does give you a more natural look, but I was warned that the post-op recovery is a lot longer than the over the muscle surgery. So that's something to think about. It will take me, like twice the amount of time that it would take to recover from over the muscle. So yeah, that was something I was prepared for. My boobies are gonna stay with me in the long run, so I wanted to get something that was natural looking as well as safe for my body. I remember that day I woke up super early. I couldn't eat anything from the night before because before surgery you're not supposed to eat. So I was like freaking hungry.
Good morning from Glen Eagles Hospital.
and I'm getting my breast augmentation this morning, and it's something that I've been really excited about for I'd say since I was 13 years old. And I'm feeling a bit nervous, but I'm a bit tired because I couldn't really sleep last night. I was just so nervous and anxious because I've never been under general anesthesia before. Can't wait to see the doctor, and I can't wait for it to be done so I can eat. And yay, I'll see you on the other side. I went into the surgery room, I got my GA put in. The next thing I knew, I'm like literally, I feel like my soul leaving my body and I black out. I wake up, and guys, I experienced the worst pain I have ever experienced in my entire life. I felt that someone was just holding my chest down. I felt as though someone was suffocating me. I couldn't breathe. All I remember going was, painkillers, painkillers. Mind you, I have a very high tolerance for pain, but damn, this pain was like was really terrible. I think I totally knocked out after that, and I only woke up at about like 10 p.m. at night. I had slept the entire day. It was so painful. Every time the doctor came in to check my blood pressure, I just would be crying and going like, oh, like it was so bad. And for some reason, my boobs were not there. You know what I mean? Like, I did not see my chest, and it looked a bit bloated, but I couldn't see like the outlines of boobs. My boobs was started like right below my collarbone. Even the next day, I was in excruciating pain. Day 2 of my boob implant. I finally gained full consciousness. Definitely really sore, and it's sore and uncomfortable. Like, I feel like someone's like sitting on my chest. When I feel it right now, like it feels like gel. And I'm wearing like a compression bra. I feel a lot of swelling, and I feel like my boob is kind of all the way up to my collarbone right now. The doctor came in and was like, oh, your surgery actually took almost 2 hours more than what I expected it to be, because it was very fibrous and I literally had to cut pockets out. So that 1 week in KL, like recovering, was just utterly like horrendous. I only could sleep upright. You know, you could only put a pillow behind you. I couldn't sleep on my sides. So after surgery, they actually put a compression bra right on top of you just to hold everything in place. And it's very important that you keep it nice and tight because you don't want your boobs to go around. For my 1 week post-op with my doctor, I took off the bra. She looked at it and she was like, okay, it looks really natural. It's gonna take some time for your breast to drop because your muscles are very hard and thick. So it's gonna take you at least like 3 to 4 months for you to see it drop. The month after that, I was able to personal train, but I couldn't do any kind of workout. I think the most that I did was maybe walk on the treadmill, but other than that, you know, there was strictly no like pushing, any kind of pulling, any kind of presses, especially no push-ups. I could do some like squats and lunges, but so my legs got really like lean then. But you know, I really couldn't do anything for my upper body. It was only a good like 4 months after post-op that I could start doing small things like cable flies. I could do light dumbbell chest presses. It was a full year until I could do like a full push-ups because it was still so tender and hard. In terms of the cost, you know, all in with my consultations, with the surgery, with the implants, I think it cost about 8,500 Sing dollars in total. Mind you, you know, I started working since I was like 14 years old, so I have saved up, and this was just like something that I wanted to invest in myself. I've always wanted to get it done, and I was just like really happy that I could be financially like stable enough to, you know, afford these luxuries for myself. In terms of regrets, you know, I look back now and I think, you know, I was 20 when I did it back then. Will I tell my 20-year-old self to get it? I live with no regrets. I'm happy that I got them done. I really like my boobs. I think they're really nice. Until today, with or without breast implants, I'm just very happy that I have a healthy and strong body. I think that's the most important thing to me. Sometimes big boobs can look a bit vulgar, especially if you wear, you know, certain like mini dresses or tight-fitting dresses. Sometimes I do have those like, oh, I wish like my dress is like a bit smaller so I can look a bit nice on that dress. But anyway, like I said, no regrets at all. I think there's this like trend going on Instagram about breast implant illness that I've heard about. I don't think that I have like the symptoms of breast implant illness that they're talking about. Like there's this whole talk about how like silicone can cause you a lot of like health issues moving forward. I don't know. I got them in for 3 years. I have pretty much no complaints about my implants. I don't think I have breast implant illness. In fact, I'm very happy with my boobs. That I'm by no means like promoting plastic surgery or telling you that you should get them down. This was just my personal experience. You know what? If you have small boobs, then rock them. If you have big boobs, then, you know, embrace them. And if you have breast implants or want to get breast implants, then, you know what? You make the decision for yourself, you know. Don't let society tell you that you need them. Don't let your boyfriend or your family or your friends or whoever, you know, tell you that you need them. If you want to get them done, do them because you want them to. Make it a personal decision because you're the only person who gets to live in this body. So I was a bit apprehensive about sharing this. It's been a very personal journey for me, but you know, I do wish back then, like 3 years ago, when I was getting this surgery, that I had a video like this to address all these curiosities and concerns that I was having. But yeah, please head over to Clicknetwork's channel to watch my show No Sweat, because I host a show there and I post like fitness specific content every other week, and I also do that on my personal channel. So make sure that you are subscribed and also hit the little bell to all my channels so that you get a notification every time a new video comes out. But yes, love your breast, and I hope to see you all in the next video. That was really bad. But anyway, take care guys. Bye!